Oh my goodness. Well, I've just been asked about this satsang by this Maharishika that was given in Rishikesh. And it's about the suffering of Christ was a compassion. So I'm going to play this first part, and let me see if I can play this first part here.
How about suffering out of compassion for people other than oneself who are being horrendously oppressed?
When there is compassion, there is no suffering. When the ego is at play, then there is suffering. So the idea even that you suffer in compassion for the oppressed. This very idea is false at its fundament. It's a Christian idea that is false at its fundament.
Now, I have a problem with that first thing that comes out of her mouth. Okay? That when there's compassion, there's no suffering. Now that's, you only have compassion, okay, when one is relating to somebody else and you're relating to their suffering. Then there's compassion. Okay? So what she's saying makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. In Advaita, when one is in the divine is, okay, everything is connected. Okay, everything is connected. Now, again, when she says there's no suffering with compassion, the only place compassion can happen is when one is in the transient. So this is just absolutely nonsensical. I'm going to go through the transcript here and see what else we have, but this is, oh Lord. You know, this is a Christian idea that's false. It's fundamental Christian ideas that are true at their fundamental level, of course, but this one is the nastiest of them all, okay, and the most false. Because when there's compassion, there's no suffering. Well, that is just absolutely crazy, okay? It doesn't make any kind of sense. It says you can't experience compassion if you don't experience love. Now, I disagree with that as well. Because here in my own journey, which I've spoken about before through Kundalini, I developed compassion for those that were that had visited pain upon me. Okay, I developed compassion because I saw they were living in a hell realm. Okay, so that develops compassion. But this idea that, you have to have love first and this and that. No, you develop compassion because out of suffering one develops compassion. So again, this is, what she is saying is just totally erroneous. Yeah, no. I'm just reading her thing, and it's just, no. Yeah, she is very twisted in her ideology. Okay. And looking at her eyes, she is in, I am sorry, she is in confusion. I'm sure they probably want to say this is an enlightened person, but absolutely not. I mean, from the very beginning, what this person is saying holds no water. You have to come from love in order to develop compassion. No, you can develop compassion because of suffering. Okay? One suffers. And out of one's own journey, it can see the suffering of others. Okay? And so when you see that suffering and you really look at things deeply, you can see you develop compassion because of the suffering of people. So again, this is from the beginning. And I see these types in Rishikesh. I lived in Rishikesh for 5 years. Panchsal, Anajana, 5 years I'm back and forth from here to there. And we have these ones, these satsang sellers like this person. They develop a very metered voice. And I talk very slowly, as if every word carries an import. And because I am so metered, people think it's coming from an enlightenment. I'm just so sick of these ones that want to be out there, and it's just nonsense. So she goes into about being a sinner, etc. Trying to see what this says out here real quick. Oh, she's going on about the terribleness of Christianity and what it's perpetrated on people, etc. Okay. Suffering compassion is an egoistic feel about oneself being a sort of like an ideal who suffered. Well, again, that's a false ideation that she's perpetrating, because she has a skewed view of Christianity and what compassion means. I guarantee when I developed compassion for these ones that had perpetrated these things, it wasn't out of a false bravado that I thought I was up there with Christ. It had nothing to do with that. It's because you understand that they are compelled to do what they are doing, and therefore they are in a hell realm of mind. Okay? Being driven. And I could develop compassion and let go of this trauma that had been inflicted here by these ones. Okay? By developing compassion, by understanding that they are driven to do what they do, and it really had nothing to do with me personally. Okay? So, am I impressed with this person's satsang? Absolutely not. okay? And just looking at the eyes of the window of the soul, this person is in the midst of the journey with a lot of preconceived notions and wants to spin it to fit their ideology, but there is so much that needs to be done on an inner realm for this person. Please let go of this. Why are you trying to follow somebody like this? Because it's bogus. It is so conflagrated. It is, really coming from some ideology of a premise that they have to begin with, that they're going to twist and turn it to make it fit their ideology. Okay? It's not coming from enlightenment, from wisdom, from knowing. No, it's coming from a place of, I'm going to make this fit my religiosity of understanding, which is flawed. Okay? So thanks for your question, and I'll see you online. I hope this has helped.